They are everywhere, buzzing around your head, launching themselves towards you, and smashing into the ground in hopes of hitting you. In the hive, bees are everywhere. Today we're going to review the world design of the hive, discuss how the hive is a metaphor for our understanding of the real world, and how it boasts so many aggressive enemies. Furthermore, look into how the hive has a different structure compared to all the other areas in Hollow Knight. The hive bases our expectations of what we're about to explore on our understanding of beehives in the real world, of how bees behave and interact with each other. Visually, the area attempts to simulate the experience of being inside of a beehive, it being gluey, maze-like, yet having a very rigid structure. Mechanically, our interpretation of bees are represented within the enemy design. You have bees that quickly reproduce smaller bees. You have bees who chaotically fly around hoping to hit something. And you have a very clear structure, a hierarchy within the bee's hive. The further you go, the higher ranked bees you encounter. And eventually you will find the queen's knight, as well as the queen herself. Yet the best example of matching our expectations is with the torpedo bee, the one who launches themselves toward us, in a surge of anger tries to penetrate through us, acting as a metaphor for an angry bee in the real world. It launches towards you in an attempt to sting you, deal the damage and then quickly fly away. The mechanics of these enemies lead to very interesting dynamics of how you interact with the area as a player. Bees are either in a large quantity or very aggressive. This leads to you being unable to easily rush through the area. You can't really neglect the bees. You need to keep your distance and take them down one by one. Because if you rush in and start platforming your way up, you will be assaulted from various different angles. Unlike most areas in which the run up until the boss, most enemies can be largely avoided without too much of a hassle. In the hive, it's much more problematic to run back to the boss in case it defeated you, especially if you haven't unlocked the shortcut yet. What is interesting is that when you enter the hive, you almost feel as if you're playing an entirely different game, set in the Hollow Knight universe. The enemies are unlike any you've ever seen. Yet most importantly, the level design is much more linear. You're following a set path to eventually reach the boss, and that is basically it. There's not much else to explore or find. Whereas all the other areas are part of a greater whole, because of the interconnectivity, as well as the fact that each area has different items or abilities that will be useful later on in other areas. Yet the hive is more a standalone experience, not really concerning itself with the rest of the world. Yet the only thing you should really concern yourself with is not being overwhelmed by all the bees. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the world design of Hollow Knight. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I would highly appreciate that. And then I hope to see you back in my next video. See you there. Bye bye.